The seventh and final step towards achieving our goal, the world of the future, is to join forces with others. The new world is conceivable only as a community of new men. We cannot build it individually, just for ourselves. Principles such as truth, justice, beauty, and love can only be realized within a community. So, with our example, we endeavor to get also other people excited about the new construction. Pass on your fire. Don't stay alone. Connect with others who are traveling the same path. We can turn any place in the world into a temple that does not depend upon the external circumstances, but only on the people who are living there. It follows we can turn the whole world into a sanctuary. The more people practice the 7 steps of the new construction in their everyday life, the more bases or outposts of the world of the future will emerge all over the earth. These isolated exclaves must unite to form communities. Let new communities burst forth like new springs in the desert. Tender grass will grow green around these springs, and in time their streams will merge into one current. In this way, starting with small core groups, we can create, over time, a world community, the temple of humanity, the new world governed by the Mahatmas. Thus, beginning with one seed, the construction of a community can result in the community of the world. How exactly should we proceed? Let me present to you a major project. Our aim is to establish a village and an ashram called Tabenisi, where Agni yogis live together with their families, work together, and jointly create a model settlement of the new world. Models for this project include the various eco-villages around the world, as well as spiritual centers such as Auroville in India, Findhorn in Scotland, or Thésée in France, where a new, sustainable, ethically pure way of life is practiced and exemplified. In addition, there are the Israeli kibbutzim, where a new, just form of social coexistence is tried out and practiced. Above all, Halcyon, California, the seat of the Community Temple of the People, which was founded at the end of the 19th century under the leadership of a Mahatma and still exists today, serves as a pattern. What is so special about Tabenisi, that sets it apart from similar projects? Here, a community places itself under the leadership of the Mahatmas. With us, the laws, customs, rules and traditions of Shambhala apply. Our statute book is Agni Yoga. The village is led by a Mahatma or his representative. This is pretty ambitious, though. Yes, as long as this ideal cannot yet be realized, we must place at the head that member who is most closely connected to the higher levels of the hierarchy, and who therefore offers the best guarantee of being able to lead the community according to the instructions, or at least in the spirit, of the brotherhood. In Tabenisi, we actually practice the spiritual order of a sanctuary that we have already spoken about: communion with the higher world, service to the common good, service to the neighbor, and self-improvement. In such a community, the new world becomes a tangible earthly reality. It is not with words or writings, but with our concrete living example of a better world that we want to inspire our fellow men to participate in the new construction. What constitutes true help for our work? Naturally, it lies in participating in the construction of our institutions. Let us, following the example of Saint Birgitta of Sweden in Vadstena, found in a form appropriate to the times a monastery to save the world. How do you envisage this in concrete terms? You just said yourself that people are not yet mature enough to physically live together in communities under the leadership of the Mahatmas. Yes, as long as there is still hardly anyone with whom we can or want to live together physically, we have to begin on a lower level. We start by forming a virtual community. Everyone who wishes to take part continues to live in his hometown and is nevertheless a member of the community. The village and ashram Tabenisi initially exists only virtually as an idea, a thought construction in the subtle world. Doesn't that take us away from our plan to build a model settlement on Earth? No, not at all. Think again. How does everything that exists on this Earth become tangible material reality? It always starts with an idea, a concept, a dream. The first and most important task of all pioneers is to imagine as precisely as possible the ideal that is to be realized later, and to define it mentally in all its details, subtleties, and ramifications. Just like an architect who first makes dozens of increasingly precise sketches before setting to work building a house, we can visualize the ideal, the archetype of the village and ashram Tabenisi in the spiritual world, somewhat like these two paintings by Nicholas Roerich. Before we spend a lot of energy, time and money to build and furnish concrete earthly houses, we first advance our project on the soul level. How do we proceed? Consider, your life would not change that much outwardly if you physically moved to Tabenisi. You would continue to live with your family and pursue your profession as before. The almost only, at least the most important change in your life is the community gathers in the ashram in the morning, at noon and in the evening, steps before the hierarchy and reports for training and service. As long as the village is not yet physical reality, we begin to realize our dream by visiting the ashram in the subtle world and stepping together before the hierarchy in spirit. In the morning, at least a quarter of an hour before the start of the earthly day, at noon at about 1 p.m. and in the evening at 8 p.m. What do you mean by visiting the ashram in the subtle world in spirit? Our souls go to this place, to their home, while our bodies continue to dwell physically incarnated on earth. What exactly are we doing in these minutes? We invoke the Brotherhood of Shambhala, Mahatma M. and our teacher. Send good thoughts into space. Transform into immortal beings of spirit. Rise to the fiery state of high vibration. Take on tasks for service to the common good and assignments for our personal development. And receive comfort, strength, joy of being, knowledge, guidance and help in personal conversation with our spiritual Father. You can practice this just as well at your current place of residence, strengthened by the awareness that the other members of Tabenisi are doing the same at their home.